Tonight on the RebZone, fun week on the road with the Runnin Rebels, watching UNLV come back from a 14-point deficit at Utah State to beat the Aggies in Logan for the first time since 2016. We got highlights and more to break down with Coach Pastner tonight on the RebZone. Plus, all they do is win. The Lady Rebels improved to 9-1 in league action, cruising past Air Force and taking down the team up north. We'll hear more from Lindy LaRock tonight on the RebZone. Plus, we're going one-on-one with Kamani Hamilton. The Runnin Rebels senior forward shares his story tonight and the grit and toughness he's seeing from his squad this season. Speaking of grit and toughness, it doesn't get much tougher than the 7-time national champions. UNLV Rebel Girls and company are in the house tonight, fresh off winning back-to-back titles in Orlando. We'll get to know national champs Genesis, Jonathan, Elijah, Mariah, and Amaje on the RebZone. Welcome into the RebZone. We are in the presence of greatness, fresh off securing back-to-back game day and hip-hop national titles. The UNLV Rebel Girls are in studio tonight. So, Coach, we're going to get ready. We're going to dance tonight, maybe bust a move, learn a thing or two. See how excited he is to dance?
No, you will not see me dancing. That is an absolute no, but I will say congratulations. Obviously, winning one championship is hard enough. They are a 7-time champion, as you mentioned. Incredible. I don't care what sport it is, what level it is, to win championships, it's the ultimate. You got to have competitive greatness, competitive endurance, competitive excellence, and credit to them. They've had that multiple times.
This is a championship culture at UNLV that we're so excited. Big show tonight.
First of all, it was an incredible win on Tuesday, Paloma. Very, very hard to do to win in Logan. They've got an incredible atmosphere. We had competitive endurance to win that game. And we won the game through playing the right way. We had 13 offensive rebounds. Tyron Jones and Emmanuel Steffens made big free throws late. Dravian Gibbs-Lawhorn hit a big three really late. We showed great toughness and grit that game, Paloma. And on top of that, later in the game, we went to a zone defense, which really took Utah State out of rhythm and allowed us to change some things up defensively, allowed us to make a run back in the second half. And then, Paloma, Walter Brown was heroic in that game.
There he is.
He's from New Zealand. 2 prior games, literally played about 2.5 minutes. Didn't have the woe is me syndrome, the victim mentality, the blame game. I'm going to blame the coach why I'm not playing. Had the right mindset and was ready to go and came in and had a tremendous performance for us, helped us win the game.
Coach Mountain West Player of the Week, Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn, 27 points last night against San Diego State. Big game on the road at Utah State as well. His leadership, his poise, what'd you see from Dre this week?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's just gotten better and better and better. Look, being a natural point guard, that's not who he is. He's had to learn that on the fly. We were planning on Miles Shea to be our starting point guard and Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn to be our 2 guard. That's what was the plan, and he would slide over and play a few minutes at point. He's now had to take over the point guard role, and I've said it. It's like it'd be like on Coach Mullen's team. You take the running back or the tight end and say, hey, go play quarterback for us. So this has been a learning curve for Dre to have to learn that, to understand that, and it's just taken some time, but he has gotten better and better and better. He's a warrior, he's a fighter, he's tough, he's got grit, and he's playing the best basketball of his life.
Look, I've been at many places in the ACC, in the real Pac-10 back in the day, other conferences. Like, this is as good of a home environment as there is in the country. So to win on the road here is almost impossible. And for us to be able to pull that off after being down, we were down 9-0 to start the game, down 14 in the second half, was a credit to our grit and toughness to be able to do that.
Rebels ready for a 40-minute fight against the Aggies in one of the most hostile arenas in the country. All Utah State to start the ball game. UNLV down 9-0 against the Aggies. Tyron Jones putting in work early for the Rebs. UNLV down 12-6. Get your popcorn out. It's a Mountain West showdown, Rebs and Aggies. Talking smack, Howie Fleming Jr. knocks down the dagger 3. Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn, Mountain West Player of the Week, brings that Josh Pastner energy to Logan, Utah. Rebels trail by 4. Come on, Walter Brown. There's that grit and toughness Coach Pastner talks about. Rebels trail by 3. Isaac Williamson, chill out, young dog. Rebs are hooping in the first half. UNLV and Utah State tied up at 38 at halftime. Got to take care of the ball. Rebs turned the ball over 5 times to start the second half. Utah State has the momentum, up 47-41 over UNLV. Aggies heating up, going on a 7-0 run right here, but the Rebels start to punch back. Fleming Jr. no-look pass to Hamilton. Yes, sir. Here comes the Rebs. Kamani Hamilton, tough shot. Rebels trail by 5, 60-55. Gibbs Lawhorn still cooking in the second half, going coast to coast for 2. Come on, Walter Brown from deep, you bet. Rebels steal the lead, 69-68. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn still cooking the Aggies down the stretch. Not so fast. Mason Falsiv keeping this ball game close. UNLV up 4 with 48 seconds to play, but the Rebels run away with a 10-point win on the road.
I love away games. Maybe just a little less than home games, but I really love away games just for this reason, man. I love when the crowd's talking to me, telling me my hairline's at the back of my head. Like, I love it, you know? Like, there's nothing more that's going to get me going than that, so it's amazing. Shout out to the Utah State fans as well.
That was a great environment on the road. Shout out to the freshman Tyron Jones putting on a show, 10 of 12 from the free throw line, coach. Just the 40-minute fight, physicality. What did you like about this win?
Yeah, well, 2 things on that there, Paloma. As we just mentioned, it's an incredible win. And Tyron Jones, who looked like it was a scary injury, thank the good Lord he was okay and able to come back, because he was just awesome in that second half. He was so terrific, sort of like what he did against Boise State, where he saved us with those shot blocking in key times where we had a couple errors and he just came out of nowhere and stayed us with the shot blocking. And he was incredible in this late part of the game with making his free throws, 10 of 12 from the free throw line. He was outstanding, had a huge block late as well too. And hey, the reason we lost to San Diego State yesterday afternoon was because he didn't play at a high level. He was 2 for 10 from the free throw line, missed and ones, wasn't shot blocking, wasn't doing the things. He wasn't the same guy that he was against San Jose State, Utah State, and Boise State. And I told Tyron in film session earlier today, hey, for us to be successful, our team, the minute you're playing, forget being a freshman anymore. You, at the level that we need you to be at, this program needs you to be at, the standard that it is for you and where you're trying to get to, you've got to be a stud like that every single game. If not, then we struggle, and that's what happened in the San Diego State. But look, Tyron has been incredible for this year. He's continued to get better, incredible young man, but our standard for him at this point is really, really high, and it's his responsibility to continue to meet that standard.
And you mentioned, Coach, last night that he missed summer, he missed all of fall.
Well, look, because he had the shoulder separation.
Yeah.
He missed the end of the summer, he missed all September, all October, wasn't able to practice, wasn't able to lift weights on his upper body because he missed it. That's been part of our issue with our program this year, is the amount of injuries on the key times, and we've had so many of them. It's been a little bit of a, but now at this point, we've settled into our rotation, into our numbers, to who we are, and we just got to keep playing better and getting better. Excited for Tuesday night's matchup against New Mexico, but switching over to the Lady Rebels, dominating Air Force at home this week. Big game for the Lady Rebels, stacking 2 Mountain West wins in a row, also taking down the team up north. Speaking of UNLV, Shelby Brown, number 3 with the pink braids, scored a season-high 20 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, and posted 1 steal on Wednesday night. UNLV taking down the team up north 62-57. Coach LaRock gives credit to her senior forward, Shelby Brown, for bringing the juice this week.
Yeah, I mean, Shelby is just like explosive. She's juice, with a defensive style like they have, to have forwards that can handle it, that can go 94 feet and get a basket. It just like relieves the pressure, and then she just, they're a team that plays so hard, and that's what Shelby does, for us. And so, I thought she was gonna, if she doesn't have the first half that she has, we don't have the lead. The game doesn't go that way. I know she only finished with 20, but she really set the tone for us early.
Coming up next, we're going one-on-one with Kamani Hamilton, who shares more about his Mississippi roots and how he's locked in on Coach Pastner's message about playing every possession with grit and toughness. See, I'm catching on to Coach Pastner's
You got grit
energy.
and toughness, Paloma. You have a lot of grit and toughness.
We got the grit and toughness team here in studio tonight. RebZone, we'll be right back. We talked about how much fun the Utah State win was, the environment. What did you love about the grit and toughness from your team that night?
What I really loved about us was we didn't back down. Like, they really came out on us at the beginning. They also had another time where they went up 14 and I just felt like we didn't break and we just kept punching and punching back at them.
What can you say about this group stepping up this season? You know, when your name's called, obviously you guys have been through injuries, but what can you say about the resiliency of this team?
I really just say, like, we really have a lot of hard-nosed dudes. Like, we're not gonna back down from you. We for sure not gonna be scared of you, so you just gonna have to come out here and show us what y'all gonna do.
Tyron's bringing the energy, Dre's bringing the energy. How have you seen him turn up his leadership?
Dre, it's crazy because, like, Dre, like, when he first came here, like, I'm pretty sure he didn't really think he was gonna, like, be on a, you know, PG ball as much, but it ended up happening, like, and it's just crazy how God works, and he just really stepped into the role for real, and just, he done led us great, his energy, how he be out there on defense, his pass, it just connect with the whole group.
I want to talk about Mississippi a little bit, your roots. How did you fall in love with the game?
I really just say, I really say, like, my dad played, and, you know, my mom played a little bit, but my dad really played and stuff. And I feel like they just put a ball in my hand, and I feel like when I touched it, I was shooting, and I loved it. So, you know, I don't really know. That's what I say. That's why I started hooping.
You know, still so much basketball to play this season. You guys are rolling right now. What do you want to see from your team night in and night out?
I really just say us competing. Like, really, that's all we can really ask for every night is compete and give your 100% effort. And I feel like you really can't, you know, trip if you do that. Like, you might miss shots some games. If you lose a game to miss shots, all right, but competing, I feel like you shouldn't lose no games because y'all didn't compete.
Coach, that grit and toughness, the competitiveness, what have you seen from Kamani?
Yeah, no, look, we need Kamani to be really, really good. I thought yesterday afternoon versus San Diego State, he was outstanding defensively. Yeah. And guarding number 39, Reese Waters-Dixon. I mean, Reese Waters-Dixon ended up with 13 points, but on 11 shots, he was 3 for 11, and he hit some tough shots. But I thought discipline-wise, Kamani was really good, and he defended without fouling. Yeah. Now, Tuesday night versus Utah State, he was fouling a bunch, but I've been hard on Kamani about the discipline part of defending without fouling. For our team to be successful, we need, just like I talked about last segment or last block about Tyron Jones, same thing goes for Kamani. Yeah. We need Kamani to be really at a high level, Paloma, on the offensive and defensive glass. He's really good in that paint area. Like that Boise State game a week and a half or so ago, hit that huge shots late in overtime. Clutch shots, big free throws. Yeah. We need him to be that way, but we've got to be a better offensive rebounding team. 7's not going to do it. Part of it on offensive rebound. When we're getting 13, 14, 15 offensive rebounds, then we're at a high level. And part of that is Kamani being on that offensive and defensive glass and being a double-double type of guy.
Coach, getting ready for New Mexico on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. tip-off. What response have you seen from your team watching film in practice today? Yeah,
Paloma, we play New Mexico. This is a big game because we only play them one time. We're not going to their spot. So, you know, if you come down into league at the end and for positioning within the league seating, and it's head-to-head, this is the one time a head-to-head matchup. Yeah. So, and we get them at home. They're a really good basketball team, very well coached. They've got good players. They play fast. They do a bunch of different things. They're good defensively. But we're going to have to be at a very, very high level in order for us to win this game. And what does that mean? We've got to be at a high level of, and this was last year, obviously the highlights of UNLV, the Lobos from last year. This isn't this year because this is our first time playing them coming up Tuesday at 8 o'clock. But it's an important game. We've got to be great on the glass. They got a great rebounder inside. They got really good guard play. As I mentioned, they get a lot of threes. They really try to take away the middle, Paloma, and keep it on the sideline. They give you three-point shot attempts, but they're good at defending the three. And then Friday, we're at Reno. Yeah. You know, we're at Nevada. We're up the school up north, and that's a big game as well too. So it's a big week for us this week, and we're going to have to do a really, really high-level job on both games this week.
Can't take a second off in the Mountain West.
EPIP. Every possession is precious. We got to see what we can do on the glass. I'm just telling you, that's the tailored tale of our team, the sign of our team. What are we doing in the defensive and offensive glass?
You're watching the RebZone Sports Show on Fox 5. Sponsored by Hennessy Haight. Help is here.
We are in the presence of greatness. Back-to-back champs in the house, 7 national championships. That is incredible. I mean, you guys are the gold standard at UNLV. Want to ask, what has the support been like? The resiliency you've seen from this team. You guys practice every day, a month leading up to this.
Yes.
What support and love have you guys received?
It's been incredible, honestly, just feeling all the love and support from not even just the support in like Nevada and UNLV, but from all of our fans and all of our friends and loved ones and the alumni and everyone that has been involved. It's just been truly incredible.
Yeah, Mimi, let's talk about the practice, the preparation that went into this performance.
Yeah, so we had practice every day, basically. It was basically like a job, like a 9 to 5, no pay, but I mean, it did pay off. All the hard work, it definitely paid off. And I mean, we're just around our teammates every single day. It really just, like, we're like a family, honestly. We're with each other every hour of every day, and it really just paid off.
Coach, what can you say about their performance
Well,
last night?
first of all, you are a greatness within. You're the gold standard as well, Paloma. And team. Absolutely. Give Paloma a round of applause.
Oh, no.
But let me just say this. Let me ask them. I'm curious, because to win a championship, you've got to be great competitors. You know what I'm saying on that? And so can you just talk about your intensity level to win, the competition, what it means, and what you've got to do to compete, and that competitive endurance, that competitive excellence, that toughness you've got to have?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we really try and focus this season in particular on focusing inwards and focusing on bettering ourselves each and every day. Defending a national championship, there's a lot of pressure in that, but we really tried to focus on maintaining the same mindset that we keep each and every year, because if we do let any outside noise, get in the way of our preparation, then that's distracting us from what's really important, and that's ourselves and bettering ourselves each and every day. So we focus inwards and focus on bettering ourselves each and every day, and we got the outcome that we really wanted.
A big thank you to coming in studio. We're looking forward to it. Football season's right around the corner, so we know y'all will be out there.
You guys are all, and Dan Mullen's crushing it in the portal. He's been unbelievable.